ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. There is a kind of ugly twist that is coming in Kenya.Kwanza government, as when you look at even their argument now as we speak, is that the reports are just in as the cabinet minister of treasury, that is Njiru, is coming out to tell Kenyans that there is no money for CDF, there is no money for roads, and there is no money to pay Kenyans' salaries. At the same time, this cabinet minister is coming out to reveal it out. It's at the same time that William Ruto's members of parliament are coming out trying to enroll again the debate towards the chief administrative secretaries despite of being declared unconstitutional. It is something that is giving us a lot of worries because at the same time, the cabinet minister of treasury Njiru is coming out to tell us there's no money for CDF, there's no money for roads or building roads, there's no money for salaries, and even they're saying there is a delay of paying salaries, and even they're still paying arrears of about 2 months or 3 months ago. But there's money for, of course, paying these chief administrative secretaries that court the other day came out declaring unconstitutional. So the simple question is coming at a point that now Ndegwa Njiru is coming out to ask the Kenya.Kwanza government that at the same time you are coming out to tell us there's no money for roads and CDF and of course salaries. Where are you going to get this money paying these chief administrative secretaries? At the same time, is that Ndegwa Njiru is coming out to destroy the government completely. As he is coming out to say that this government, they don't have anything that they are thinking about changing the economy or even stabilizing the economy. So the reality is hitting these individuals as already they are clueless, they are planless, they have nothing to do with the economy of the Republic of Kenya. So I want you to listen to Ndegwa Njiru, who is also a lawyer, his argument while having an interview at Spice FM. You will understand what he's bringing on board. And at the same time, I want you to understand the context in between the Kenya.Kwanza government and also the ministry that is entitled when it comes to the release, when it comes to the CDF, when it comes to the road development, and also when it comes to salaries. Because now it seems like the treasury is being controlled by executive. They cannot release money if the executive has not spoken. In other words, we are having treasury that is being controlled fully by the executive of the day. So when you look at even the arguments of members of parliament coming out to storm out because of no CDF, as they are chanting saying no CDF, no parliament, is because they are claiming that treasury is controlling many things and they are being controlled like remote, of course, by the executive. So I want you to watch Ndegwa Njiru, then we continue.
Our guest is constitutional lawyer Ndegwa Njiru. Good morning, Ndegwa.
Good morning, Eric. City and Oko.
Yes. Bas, you got it.
Yeah. Maybe perhaps health-wise, other things are tough. Yeah. Other things are very tough.
Wow. Hata mfuko iko mbaya.
Things are tough. Yes. The country is bankrupt. It's facing an insolvency.
Yeah, it's true, and you're not the one who's saying it.
Yes.
It's the CS who said it.
Yes. It's facing an insolvency.
So
we will soon be
insolvency.
We'll soon be doing what is called winding up proceedings for this country. So we're gonna perhaps be receiving appointing a receiver, or a bankruptcy manager. That's where we are. and you can see we are so much in need mpaka tunapewa pesa na Wahindi. Tunaenda kukopa Wahindi huko India, something I've never heard of.
Oh, they help us quite a bit, haven't?
Yes, lakini they have not come in the manner in which they have now come.
No, they've been coming to our aid for the longest time.
Yes, but not when someone is in Dubai, then you decide to pay a visit to Modi, on a prompt one.
Modi must be visited, man.
To say that my people are hungry.
Modi must be visited.
Yeah. This regime has not decided to sort out the problem that this country is facing because they are driving using the rear mirror. Any issue that arises in this country that involves the status of the economy is that they're always blaming the former regime. And that is one of the reasons that the country is where we are today, is because they are not planning ahead, because they always have someone to blame. For example, when they speak about the status of the economy and the financial crunch, you'll hear them saying, it is because President Kenyatta left a lot of debts. When they go to Mondi, they are given billions of shillings. That is not counted as debt. We are having problem with people not speaking the truth of what is ailing this country.
And what, in your opinion, is ailing us?
Misgovernance, misrule, mismanagement of the country. That is what is completely ailing us. That we don't have someone who is hands-on. Mr. William Ruto is not managing this country. The country is on autopilot. People are not in touch. The government is not in touch with whatever is happening and the reality of this country.
Examples?
For example, and one of the best examples is that, and I will just give 2 or more examples. We had the importation of the edible oils.
Yeah.
We were told we are importing these edible oils to make sure that we bring the cost of living down. But at the end of the day, how many billions did the Kenyans lose? To the extent, even when the committee in charge of the parliamentary committee wanted to visit those go downs, they only, I think, found 467 jerrycans from all those importations. No one is accountable of what happened. So we're having a serious problem of accountability in this country. We're having a serious problem of transparency in this country. We're having a serious problem of implementation and observation of the rule of law in this country. So basically, those are some of the things that are ailing us. Those people who are actually candid enough to come and say, excuse me, there's some problem here. For example, the control of budget. The next thing she hears is that she has a problem with a case that occurred even before she became the control of budget. So then you ask yourself, where were all those institutions that were responsible of vetting her? Where was the DCI that was supposed to vet her to make sure that we do not get bad people into governance, people with questionable character? But if you question anything in this country, then you get in the bad books. So it's a completely total breakdown of government.
So it sounds like same forest, different monkeys.
No, these monkeys are not from this forest.
So same forest, imported monkeys.
These monkeys, the ones that we now have, must have come from another forest.
Why do you say that?
Because you see, there is nothing that seems to work. At least in the previous forest with the same monkeys, or the previous monkeys with the different forest, at least something was being seen to be done. But there's absolutely nothing being seen to be done. These monkeys are just stealing bananas.
You know
No, they are not even bakishaing any banana. They are stealing all the bananas and eating all the bananas.
You know, there's a narrative that one hears in this country, and one hears it continuously.
Yes.
And that is, this government is always blaming the previous government for things that went wrong. And this blame game is nestled in the idea that, well, it's not the idea, it was what was stated by some of the leaders of this particular government,
yes,
that they found empty coffers.
Yes.
Every government, if you look at the trail, every government that we've had since independence has had a debt.
Yes.
Every.
Yes, yes.
Now, the first term of the Uhuru administration came after the Kibaki.
Exactly.
So if they were good things that the Kibaki government had achieved, that's what they inherited.
Exactly.
If there had been bad things, that is what they would have inherited.
Exactly.
So let me bring the discussion back to the question of what the Ruto government inherited. What did they actually inherit?
For them, the only thing they are saying is that they inherited a lot of debts. But even Uhuru inherited debts, for example, in respect to the construction of the Thika Road. But Uhuru never concentrated on reminding us what he inherited. Because government is perpetual. It's a going concern.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that this Kenya Kwanza government is going to take us? They are going to take us at that, of course, when you look at the promises they came out telling us, is there possibility of them coming out to actualize their promises? That is number one. Number two is that in any case, those who do not understand is that this government is burdening William Samoei Ruto. For those who do not understand that this government is burdening William Ruto, they're just coming out with plainless argument. But the reality is coming at the time that this man is even selling our cheetahs to India, and he was given 38 billion Kenya shillings, for him to come out and sell out our cheetahs. In other words, William Ruto is selling everything, including our wild animals. Now, they're saying after William Ruto was given 38 billion Kenya shillings by India, William Ruto is expected to export cheetahs to India. At the same time, there are several parastatals that are going to be sold. That is KICC, KCC. We are having several of them. But at the same time this man is doing this, is of course securing many loans. The other time, International Monetary Fund came out giving William Ruto loan. When look at World Bank, came also giving William Ruto loan. When look at the other day, he was in US, he was given loan. Just the other time also, during the COP28 summit in Dubai, William Ruto was given again loan. This man is securing loans left, right, center. But the reality is nothing is coming out to do with these loans. At the same time, this man is high taxing Kenyans. Taxes left, right, center. You find that this man is bragging and saying that he's busy saving money to ensure that he's going to actualize the economy and stabilize the economy. Even if today the prices of unga are going to be at 30 Kenya shillings per 2 kg, and he has not come out to actualize some policies that are going to render him have smooth kind of stabilization of the economy, then William Ruto is going to fail terribly. And already he's failing because the budget that this man is using is a budget that was stipulated, and the policies are for the IMF and World Bank. In other words, this man does not own the budget. He doesn't own the economy of the Republic of Kenya. So when you look at even their argument that, Sisi Tusha already stabilized the economy, and Rigathi Gachagua, his deputy, is coming out to tell us now and then that already the government has already stabilized the economy. Which kind of economy? At the same time, there's no money for CDF, there's no money for road development, there's no money for salaries, there's no money to do anything in Kenya Kwanza government. But these people have money to pay themselves money, or their salaries, or even what they're doing with this money. Because when you ask yourself simple question, hii watu wanatumia pesa kufanya nini? Because these people have already collected money when it comes to taxes. At the same time, these people, they have come out to collect loans all over the world. At the same time, they're saying they don't have money. So this is just a clear indication that we are on our own, and those who are expected to come out and actualize the government, of course the economy, they are not doing so because they believe they are squandering the public resources. They are using this, of course, they are misappropriating the resources, and that is why when the budget controller, Margaret Nyakango, came out saying that this government is misquandering and also misappropriating the public resources, they're now going after Margaret Nyakango. So the reality is coming at the board where the CS of Treasury has already declared that we are bankrupt. At the same time, the CBK governor, that is Tunge, Mr. Tunge, is coming out to tell us that we are on a wrong direction. So if these people have already declared that our country is bankrupt, it means that our country is defaulting. What do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video.